If you're moving to Hudson County from out of state, figuring out where to live can get confusing really fast because online everything looks close, everything sounds convenient, and every neighborhood kind of starts to blend together. Hoboken, Jersey City, Weehawken, even places like Union City or West New York, at first glance, they all look like options near Manhattan. But once you actually get here, you realize very quickly they're not the same experience at all. Hoboken feels completely different from Jersey City, and Jersey City feels completely different from Weehawken. Even within Jersey City, every pocket has its own personality, pace, and lifestyle. And choosing the wrong fit doesn't mean a different apartment. It can completely change your day-to-day experience of living here. I'm Vanessa Mahapatra, Senior Partner and Agent at the Jill Biggs Group for the past 10 years. I've helped buyers relocate to Hudson County from all over the country, and I've also been a resident of Hudson County myself for almost 15 years. And today, I'm breaking down the most popular neighborhoods in Hudson County for out-of-state buyers, but more importantly, who each neighborhood is actually right for. Because the goal isn't just finding a place to live, it's finding the right lifestyle from the very start. And trust me, that's the part most buyers underestimate completely. One of the biggest things I notice with relocation buyers is this. People assume Hudson County is smaller and more similar than it actually is. You'll hear things like, oh, Hoboken and Jersey City are right next to each other, or Weehawken seems close enough to everything. And technically, yes, that part is true, but the experience of living in each of these areas is completely different. And that's hard to understand until you physically spend time here. I have had buyers relocating from California recently, and their only real goal at first was, we want easy access to Manhattan. That was it. So naturally, we started touring all the popular areas. We did Hoboken first, then downtown Jersey City, then Weehawken, and then eventually the Heights as well. And by the end of the day, they looked at me and said, wait, these all feel like different cities. Exactly. That's the thing buyers don't realize from online research. Google Maps doesn't show you lifestyle. Zillow doesn't show you the energy. Instagram doesn't show you how a neighborhood actually feels at 8:30 p.m. on a Tuesday night when people are either commuting home or restaurants are filling up and the streets either feel alive or quiet depending on where you are. And that matters more than people think. Another huge example is when buyers say, I want walkability. Okay, but walkability means something completely different depending on the buyer. If you're moving from Manhattan, walkability usually means restaurants, coffee shops, nightlife, people everywhere, no car needed. But if you're moving from the suburbs, walkability might just mean a nice stroll on the street, a park nearby, being able to grab groceries without driving across town. Same word, completely different expectations. And if we don't define that correctly up front, buyers can end up in neighborhoods that technically check all the boxes, but don't actually match how they want to live. Another thing people underestimate is the emotional side of relocating. You're not just buying a home, you're rebuilding routines, where you get your coffee, how your mornings feel, where you walk your dog, what your weekend looks like, how often you see people outside your home, your building. That's why neighborhood fit matters so much, more than people realize. Because if the lifestyle doesn't feel wrong, you'll notice it immediately in your daily life. Okay, so let's start with the neighborhood almost every out-of-state buyer asks about first, Hoboken. Hoboken is probably the most universally appealing area in Hudson County for relocation buyers. And honestly, it makes sense. That's where I moved to first too. You've got walkability, Manhattan access in minutes, restaurants everywhere, lively nightlife, waterfront views, young professionals, constant energy, plenty of school options as well. So it feels active from morning to night. There are really two sides of Hoboken that buyers should really understand. Downtown Hoboken is where you feel the most amount of energy and activity. It's restaurants, bars, nightlife, foot traffic, constant movement. Uptown Hoboken, on the other hand, is slightly more residential, a little bit calmer, still walkable, still lively, but a little bit more space to breathe. And for many buyers, that distinction matters a lot more than they expect. Daily life here is extremely convenient. You can leave your apartment and within a few blocks have everything: coffee, gyms, groceries, restaurants, path access. That convenience is a major lifestyle upgrade for a lot of people relocating from suburban or even urban markets. But there's another side to Hoboken. It's busy. And depending on your personality, that's either exciting or overwhelming, especially on weekends, especially in summer, especially around waterfront areas and bar districts. I've had buyers come in absolutely convinced that Hoboken was perfect for them. They loved it on social media. They loved all the content we put out, loved the aesthetics, loved the idea of it. Then they spent a Saturday here in real life and said, this is way more energetic than we expected. And that reaction is somewhat common. To give you a real example, I had buyers relocating from Texas. They were used to larger homes, quieter street, and more personal space. They told us afterward, we love visiting Hoboken, but living here full-time feels like a little different pace than what we're used to. And that distinction is everything, because Hoboken isn't just a location, it's a rhythm. Now, on the flip side, for buyers who want energy, walkability, and social life built into their daily routine, Hoboken can feel like exactly what they were missing. But there's one more important factor: space. In Hoboken, you're often trading square footage for lifestyle. You're typically getting less space compared to nearby areas on the same budget. So the real question becomes, do you prioritize space or convenience and energy? Because Hoboken is heavily built around lifestyle convenience, and for the right buyer, that trade-off is absolutely worth it. Now let's move into downtown Jersey City. This is where things start to feel more like a true city environment, very similar to Manhattan. Downtown Jersey City is probably the closest you'll get to Manhattan living, in fact, without actually being in Manhattan. You've got luxury high-rises, doorman buildings, rooftop amenities, waterfront paths, and skyline views that honestly rival anything across the river. For many relocation buyers, that feels familiar immediately, especially buyers coming from major cities like Chicago, Miami, LA, or Seattle. It feels modern, it feels structured, convenient, elevated, diverse, and the commute into Manhattan is a huge draw. And here's what surprises some buyers. Downtown Jersey City can feel less intimate than Hoboken, more vertical, more spread out, more city in the traditional sense, less neighborhood feel. I had buyers relocating from Chicago who told me, we want city energy, but we started here and they loved it at first. The buildings, the amenities, the skyline, the views, everything checked out. And then we went to Hoboken afterward and the reaction shifted immediately. They said, this feels warmer, it feels more neighborhoody. And that's the key difference. Downtown Jersey City feels metropolitan, Hoboken feels more neighborhood driven. Neither is better, it's just a personality fit. Another thing buyers should understand is pricing expectations. Yes, it can be more affordable than Manhattan in some cases, but premium waterfront buildings are still highly competitive. You're paying for views, amenities, location, new construction, commute access, and for many buyers, especially those prioritizing convenience and luxury lifestyle, it absolutely makes sense. Now let's talk about the Heights. This is one of the fastest growing areas for buyers who are thinking more long-term. It was the natural progression for me too, to avoid being dragged by my husband into the suburbs. The Heights feels completely different from downtown Jersey City. It's more residential, more spread out, more community driven, more up and coming. This is where buyers start prioritizing space over immediate convenience. You'll often hear, we still want access to everything, but we're not ready for the suburbs yet. That's the Heights. Here you typically get more square footage, larger layouts, more often than not, open spaces, outdoor space, multifamily opportunities, stronger long-term value potential, and a very neighborhood-oriented feel. There's a stronger sense of people actually live here than they're just passing through. But the trade-off is convenience. You're not stepping directly into the path station lifestyle like Hoboken or downtown Jersey City. So for buyers who prioritize nightlife, walkability, immediate transit access, it may feel less seamless. But for buyers thinking about space, future growth, value, family, planning, the Heights becomes incredibly attractive without being far from everything that Hoboken and downtown Jersey City have to offer. And honestly, we see a lot of buyers shift here after touring Hoboken, realizing how much more space they can get for the same budget. Let's talk a little bit about Weehawken. Weehawken attracts a very specific type of buyer, and most people know pretty quickly if it's their speed or not. What people love here is peace, wide streets, residential feel, space, and some of the best Manhattan skyline views in all of Hudson County, especially along the waterfront. It's one of those areas where the view alone can really influence decisions. The pace here is slower though, more relaxed, less dense, and for buyers coming from suburban areas, that transition feels very natural, especially buyers coming from Long Island, Connecticut, Florida suburbs, Texas suburbs. They often feel at home here quickly because it still gives them Manhattan access without the intensity of city living. But buyers coming from Manhattan sometimes need an adjustment period, not because anything is missing, but because the energy level is very, very different. There's less stimulation, there's very less foot traffic, more space between everything. And depending on the buyer, that can feel either peaceful or too quiet. That's why Weehawken tends to be one of those you know it when you see it kind of neighborhoods. Now we move on to Union City and West New York. These areas have been gaining more attention recently, especially from buyers focused on value. Because what people are realizing is this: you can stay extremely close to Manhattan without paying Hoboken or downtown Jersey City pricing. And that changes the conversation for a lot of buyers. Here you will often find larger spaces, more affordable price points, strong commute access, practical value, and opportunities in investments. These are also growth markets. So buyers here are often thinking strategically. They're asking, where can I still get an upside? Where does my money stretch further? Where can I enter the market without overextending? Compared to Hoboken or downtown Jersey City, these areas may feel less polished, but they offer opportunity. And for many first-time buyers and investors, that matters more than aesthetics. To talk about the biggest mistakes I see relocation buyers making. Mistake 1, choosing purely based on price. More space for less money feels like a win until the lifestyle doesn't match at all. Mistake number 2, overvaluing commute times on paper. A 10-minute commute on a map doesn't always feel like 10 minutes in real life. Between transfers, walking distances, weather, and timing, all that matter. Mistake number 3 would be not physically spending time in these neighborhoods. This is the biggest one. In fact, you need to walk the streets, you need to feel the energy, you need to see the pace at which people live in those neighborhoods. Experience a weekday versus a weekend if possible, because once you move here, that becomes everyday life. And changing it after the fact is not that simple. So if you're relocating to Hudson County, the biggest piece of advice I can give you is this: don't choose based on what looks good online. Come here, experience it for yourself. Walk it, live it for a day, because neighborhoods that look similar on a map can feel completely different in real life at different times. And usually, once buyers do that, they become very clear on what fits them. Hudson County has incredible options. The key is aligning the neighborhood with your actual lifestyle, not just your search criteria. So if you found this helpful, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment, letting us know which neighborhood you want us to break down next. And if you're thinking about buying or relocating to Hudson County, our team at the Jill Biggs Group would be happy to help. We would love to help you guide through it. You can reach out using the contact information below and we'll connect with you right away. I'm Vanessa Mahapatra with the Jill Biggs Group, and I'll see you around Hudson County.